Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Algebra 2. Okay, so we're talking about solving inequalities. So solving inequalities, so that's all the less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, all those signs. Now, part of those graduating to looking at how can we set it up. So let's take a look here. Cooney is trying to decide between two rate plans offered by a wireless phone company. First plan, $35, 400 minutes, 40 cents after that. Second plan, $55, 650 minutes, 35 cents after that. So you want to compare the price of plan 1 to the price of plan 2. So what I'm looking at is this. So if you're looking at just the inequality, I mean just comparing the prices, all you need to do is just kind of say this. You know what, $35 plus 40 cents per minute after that is probably going to be less than $55. Oops. $55 plus 35 cents per minute after that. So now most of the time you're going to be looking at, for the most part, this is going to be cheaper until a certain point. So now for the second part, write an equality to compare the price of the additional minutes compared to the price of the additional minutes in plan 2. So when you're looking at this, you're going, the additional minutes are right here. So if your plan is so it's just be 0.4 m less than 0.35 m. All right, that's kind of all you're looking at. So if you know you're never going to use more than 400 minutes per month, which plan is best? And it's pretty obvious which plan is going to be best if she's never going to hit more than 400 minutes. The question becomes, what happens at 1,000 minutes per month? All right, so at 1,000 minutes per month, so for the first plan, you get your 400 minutes, so you get your $35, but then you're going 0.4 times 600 minutes. The second plan is $55, but then it's 35 cents for a minute after that, but you've got way fewer minutes. So you got 1,000 minus 650, so that's going to be 350 there. So 600 times 0.4, so that's going to be 275. So 0.35 times 350 plus 55. This is only going to be 177.5. So for 1,000 minutes a month, which is a lot of talking, you're going to be much better off with that second plan than the first plan. All right, so solving inequalities. Big picture here. Follow the same steps as you would solve an equation, except if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must reverse the inequality symbol. So graphing inequalities, you graph it on a number line. If it's less than or greater than, it's going to be an open circle. If it's less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, then you're going to close up the circle. So if we take a look here, 11y minus 9 is greater than 13. So act like it's a equation. I'd never divide by a negative, so y is going to be greater than 2. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open circle at 2. You can go like that. You can fill it in, whatever you want to do. Solve and graph your solution on number line here. So here I'm going to subtract 9, 7x is going to be equal to negative 21. Sorry. Divide by 7. X is going to be greater than or equal to negative 3. Now, notice I didn't flip this sign here because I didn't divide by a negative number. Yes, there's a negative number involved, but this is not the negative number. So that means that I don't flip my sign. So when I go to graph this, I want a full circle. I got to think about what numbers are bigger than -3. Well, I'm going that way to do that. So solve and graph this guy. So now here's where algebra gets to be a little bit trickier. So if I subtract 1, 2n minus 6 divided by 5 greater than 1, multiply by 5, 2n minus 6 greater than 5, add 6, 2n greater than 11, n greater than 5.5. So 7, 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bigger than 5.5. 5.5 is right there, so I'm just going that way. That's all there is to it. I mean, hopefully some of you guys remember this from algebra, or even a little bit in geometry. Okay, so here, subtract 14. Negative 8n less than or equal to 14. Negative 14, divide by negative 8. So now here, because this is negative, I'm going to flip this sign. And negative 14 over 8, that would be 1 6/8, which is 1 3/4. So I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, negative 1. 1 3/4 would be right about here. So it's greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. There's my answer. Let's take a look here. Twice the sum of a number and 5 is no more than 3 times that same number increased by 11. Let's take a look here. So twice means 2. The sum of a number and 5. Sum means plus. That means 2. Number means variable. And 5 means 5. So I want to go twice the sum of x plus 5 is no more than. So that means you're going to go less than or equal to is no more than 3 times that same number increased by 11. So 3 times x plus 11. So this would be my inequality. Twice the sum of a number. That's how I knew to put that in parentheses. So if I solve it, 2x plus 10 less than or equal to 3x plus 11. Some maneuvering around, I get negative 1 less than x. So x is greater than or equal to negative 1. Graph on a number line, you can do that. For number 10, 9 less than a number is at most that same number divided by 2. So 9 less than a number is at most, which is going to be less than or equal to that same number divided by 2. So that's what, same number divided by 2. So if I'm solving here, multiply by 2, it's 2x minus 18 less than or equal to x. So x has got to be less than or equal to 18. So there's my answer. It's not too terribly brain-breaking. Okay, so this one got cut off a little bit, so just take a look. Homemade bracelets are used for sale at $4.75 each. Which inequality can be used to find how many bracelets Caitlin can buy for herself and her friends if she spends no more than $22? I think that's what that is. So $4.75 each, but she can't buy any more than $22. So I'm looking at this one, and I'm thinking that's what it is. All right, $4.75 each, so $4.75 per bracelet. And she's only got $22, so that means she can't spend more. So Middletown High School girls basketball team wants to make at least $2,000 on their annual mulch sale. The team makes $2.50 on each bag of mulch. How many bags should the team sell? So 2.50 times x has got to be greater than or equal to 2,000. So a little division. X should be greater than or equal to 2,000 divided by 2.5, which should be 800. So they got to sell at least 800 bags of mulch. All right, that's all I got. Hopefully this is a review for you guys. Hopefully this kind of helps knock off the rust. Come talk to me with questions, and have a good one.